You'll be okay. And let me tell you why it's gonna be okay. I've been there, and sometimes I'm still there, where I don't know where life is taking me. I'm gonna be 24 soon. I've not really lived much. I feel like it's the end of the world or something. Just feeling down about yourself, not having confidence, not believing in yourself, just things like that. The things that we feel so pressured by, that we have to do something crazy and immaculate and something worthy that makes us feel like we're good enough as people in history and shit. Let me tell you why it's gonna be okay and why maybe things that aren't going so well are actually a blessing in disguise. I'm gonna get into this topic. Good things aren't always a good thing. You may be thinking, oh, life is great, life is so good, I've got a partner and I love my life. But then if you also think about it, that comfort of good things can sometimes actually have a negative effect. And I'm not saying that what you have in your life is bad. I'm not saying that not everything is bad, but sometimes good things can deter you from greater things. Good and just okay, some people can live with that. But those are the same people that also feel empty and why they always feel like things are the end of the world and they don't know what they're doing. It's because just that comfort is not allowing your full potential to come out. And you feel this deep yearning for something. And I think that's why most people feel so down about themselves, is because they feel like they have this unwavering feeling, just something in the air that like something's wrong, even though they're happy with the things they got, or there's something, that gives them comfort, whether that's a partner or something. But there's costs to having just good things. When you're on this journey of like figuring out who you are to yourself, sometimes you're gonna have to sacrifice good things, whether that's a relationship, whether that's cutting ties with certain friends that just don't see eye to eye with the same things as you anymore, or they haven't grown out of something and you have. Just this feeling that something's not right. And I think it is mostly because of the comfort. That's why you feel so down about shit, but then you don't know why, because everything seems good on surface level, but something ain't right. You're gonna have to sacrifice some things, whether that's partying, hanging out with friends. You might have to cut ties with friends. You might just have to sacrifice everything that made you sociable sometimes. You're gonna have to cut ties with some things. And that can also mean cutting ties with fun a little bit. I'm not saying you can't have fun. I'm not saying you can't have occasions, but that's what occasions should be like, just occasions. Just little events that are actually worthwhile, instead of the constant drag of just nonsense. That's why you feel so drained. That's why you don't feel fulfilled, because you're draining your life with things that seem like a good thing, but they're not actually a good thing. Partying, hanging out with the wrong group of friends, hanging out with the wrong kind of people, being around energies that do not reflect yours, but then you feel it, but then you don't want to notice it. This is where I believe self-growth comes from, because you are just removing things that deeply drain you, and then you cater to things that are more positive, that make you feel good, make you feel accomplished, make you feel fulfilled for the day, whether that's routines or even as simple as just cleaning your house and just actually taking it in. These are little small steps to just being more aware of things and understanding energies, and that's why you feel so drained, because you don't know what is actually draining you. And it can actually be the things that are seen as good in society. Now, I'm not telling you to be an absolute introvert and close yourself off and be alone. That's what I do because I have no need for it. I'm a little bit more on the extreme side of it, but then there are crazy negatives with it, but not in a way that ruins your life as just being comfortable is. Just valuing yourself first, not putting friends and other people on a pedestal. And you can still love them from a distance, but then you're really catering time into yourself and figuring out who you are and what you mean to yourself and what you actually like doing. What do you like to wear? What do you actually like to do? And maybe you don't like doing a lot of the more sociable shit. Maybe you like just sitting at home and shit and playing chess. I don't know, just anything. Or maybe you enjoy cooking and learning a new recipe, just little small things that give you skill over time. These skills are enjoyable. When you have a perspective on things and kind of just look at the costs and outcomes and challenge that a bit, or you innovate a new type of way of living that is very true to you because your soul said it to you. It's not like you planned it out like it's a workout plan. And even with workout plans, you still change up some things to adapt to what your body is telling you. It's the same thing with your soul telling you something's not right. But then we as people, we're usually not that in tune all the time. That's why most people just keep doing the same shit, thinking of a different outcome. And you're probably one of those people that feel drained and you keep doing the same thing, but you don't know what is draining you, but you keep doing the same thing. That's why I'm saying you should switch up some things. Even if you are depressed or you feel anxious about some things, or you're paranoid of leaving the house, you know, take some time being more productive and just like going for a walk, not just being so afraid of being outside. You know, you gotta face your fears. And that's the beauty of taking time for yourself. You actually find out what you fear, what your flaws are more deeply, and maybe makes you think, fuck, maybe that's why some people were like this with me, because I was so unconscious about this thing I was doing. It really helps you grow when you just look into yourself and just get rid of the bullshit, stop lying to yourself and just say, what the fuck is my problem? What do I fear? What are my flaws? What can I work on? What can I change that is within my power? You know, you can't fucking change your height. You can do surgery, but it's stupid as shit. You're gonna break your fucking legs for what? Just to gain 2 inches? Come on, be short. Own it. And that's the beauty of that as well. When you start to know yourself, you just own it. You just own yourself. It's the best advice I can give. You'll be okay. But you also gotta understand, in order to be okay, is to focus on yourself and work on yourself, and also analyze all the hobbies and little things that you do and see, is it actually a good thing for me to be drinking this much every night after work and just going to work fucking hungover and shit? No, this isn't a good thing, but most people enjoy it, so that's seen as a good thing. But it's actually a fucking problem in it, and it takes you a step back from understanding your true self, your divine self, your divine code that is written in your essence that you have to surface out, you have to fish out. And that fishing comes with just being alone and sacrificing social time and talking to people, maybe even some friends or snakes you find out because you start to read things differently. It's gonna be a bit scary and shit, but you'll be okay if you just innovate this type of way. It helped me a lot, especially being alone and just shedding away from my old self that is still me, but I'm more fine-tuned, I'm more refined, I'm a little bit more different, and time will do that. But you also gotta take the time to look inwardly every day and just analyze your whole life and just, okay, these patterns of what I was doing, got me to A to B, but how can I get to C? Because I'm stuck here, and oh, maybe if I just avoid B and shit, you know what I mean, you'll get to C. I'm trying to give like different analogies and everything, but the point I'm trying to make, you'll be okay. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to feel down about shit. It's okay if your house gets messy because you're just so down about shit. It's okay if you haven't bathed in a fucking couple of days. Like, I get it. Even me recently, I've not been perfect. I've been fucking sleeping a lot, or either having severe insomnia after I wake up, but then nap like 2 or 3 times in the day, but then can't sleep at night. Fucked up sleep schedule, not doing the dishes sometimes, just because I'm so deep in my head about things like that I'm fearing and also trying to work towards, and also trying to face my fears and be courageous, but then also I have to like shed my ego as well. I had to spend a couple days just shedding away at my ego because it got a little bit too much. So I'm not perfect at everything, but when you're conscious about these things, and you stay in the frequency of your like soul, and the universe helps you. Once you're in tune, it helps you around the world. Like, it does little things that you don't notice if you're unconscious, but when you are conscious, you just feel shit. It's like you know timing so well, or even though you didn't even initiate any type of fucking manifestation, it's just everything's kind of going as it is, like as it's planned. I don't know, it's crazy. But then you also got to understand that suffering comes with this, and that you will be okay. Because, you know, I suffer too. So if you're suffering inside, just know it will be okay. You just have to look at yourself and really get to know yourself, and so that you can lead the life you truly want. It's not about what other people want, what other people expect of you. It's about what you want. And that's what we should all do. Don't worry, you got plenty of time. People will say, oh, you're doomed at 20 something. No, you're not. Your 20s and your 30s is like your building block kind of age. Like, I'm gonna be 24 and I still haven't figured out what the fuck I'm supposed to do. And I always used to be worried about other people who are like, oh, they're 18, they already got their perfect job and somehow they found a house and shit like that. And it's like, I didn't have that type of advantage. I never had that advantage, you know? I never had that. Everything is exactly as it needs to be. You might be wondering, oh, but I'm suffering. Maybe you're the type of person that needs to suffer to grow, you know? And I needed it as well, because I used to be a very weak person. And the suffering helped me actually become stronger, even though I'm not perfect. And sometimes I can come across a certain way, but that's just what I truly am like. I'm just truly like that. I'm just very blunt about shit, and I'll say things as it is because I have no filter about that type of thing. I'm not like trying to please anybody. So all of this suffering, like maybe you had abuse as a kid, or you were in foster care, or just life treated you bad, you were on substances or things like that, but then you're still here. Why is that? That suffering had to make you become something. Because without that suffering, you wouldn't be the you that you are now. Yes, you might feel broken. Yes, you might feel like you're toxic. You might feel like you can't regulate your emotions because of trauma responses. I get it. I'm the same way. But it's the mindfulness and being better than yesterday, and then understanding that those things have echoed into eternity. It's not happening anymore, but it's about how you feel about it. And your subconscious can eat away at that. So when you're just mindful about things and just looking inwardly, looking inside yourself, looking at yourself in the mirror, just looking at yourself in any type of way that you want in your head, just thinking about shit. Just do all that and you'll slowly heal. Because most people that do not heal, they don't heal because they don't look at themselves properly and they don't face their fears, they don't face that shit. Whereas if you just face yourself, despite the shadows, the darkness and shit that you may feel about yourself, just look at it. Just analyze it. Just feel it out. Even if it freaks you out, even if it starts making you cry, you need that shit. Because the suffering led you to a point to be able to process that. And if you're still dealing with it now, it's helping you work around it and understand it and analyze it and what it means to you. It's hard to explain, but what I mean is just face everything about yourself, whatever has went on in your life, and just let it go. And it's hard to let go of shit, but I just mean, don't let it make you a victim. Don't let it make you a victim, because then you'll just be a prison in your head. You'll be a prisoner of your own mind, and that's not gonna get you closer to like your true self, because right now you're fighting through responses. So just try little things, and you can get creative with it. Just facing your fears. Maybe you're scared of some shit. Maybe you look at stuff that relates to it and just facing it and then just feeling it. Just anything. Honestly, be creative with it, as long as you face your fears and just understand yourself, what you truly want and what you can say no to, and having the confidence in saying no to things, and having the confidence to go towards things, and things that excite you, make you passionate, just go towards it instead of being afraid and feeling scared of risk. That's why you stay comfortable but drained and miserable. Whereas if you just suffer, go through the risks, just face your fears, even though you're scared shitless, face the failure and you just somehow become more happier. And it's not about happiness, but it's about being more peaceful with yourself because you really are going for it, even though it's hard. So you have peace with yourself in a way. But then if you let ego get in the way, then you're just chasing things for validation. You're just chasing things because it's expected of you, or you're chasing things that are not truly you, but then you feel like this is what life is all about. Maybe through that journey, you realize that's not what it's all about. Those questions will be answered as you keep going on. In the end, you'll understand why, because you want to know why. It's very deep, it's some deep shit, but I'll just leave it at there. Thank you for watching. Check out any of my other videos if you want. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, D-Dot out.